In distant prehistoric times, saber-toothed tiger are people who hunt very large prey. Their last representatives became extinct about 10,000 years ago. According to some theories, the main reason is due to a sharp decline in the number of their prey. These are large, relatively clumsy mammals, such as prehistoric bison and elephants that pack. However, today, you can still see a cat with many structural and behavioral characteristics, like the extinct saber-toothed tiger. Let's take you to that impressive animal. Newspaper. Tabloid or cloud newspaper. Found in many areas. Autumn continent East and Southeast Asia. They can be found in China, Thai and Vietnam. Outside of the usual cloudy leopard, it's called the land newspaper. There's also a second species of leopard called the Borneo cloud leopard. It is found on the islands of Borneo and Sumatra. Compared to other big cats, leopards are quite small. Its body length is about 1 meter, and it weighs about 25 kilos. At the same time, the tabloid has an impressive body composition, with relatively short and extremely strong legs. Structure of the limbs. It's also associated with the tabloid lifestyle. He spends most of his time in the trees. It's a climber, and move on the best tree branches among the big cats. Strong and extremely maneuverable short legs. Very suitable for this climbing lifestyle. There's a lot of muscle in the back legs. The tabloid can even plunge back down onto the tree gods. Of course, the most interesting feature of the tabloid, smashing straight into our eyes. It's their big, long canines. The teeth of this leopard can reach lengths 5 centimeters. To compare, a 300-kilogram tiger, it weighs 10 times more than a leopard. They only have fangs 7 years long, up to 10 centimeters. Why? The leopards were going to need a set of teeth with this impressive size. To answer this question, let's go back to the saber-toothed tiger. Why do they need giant teeth? Like a sword. People believe that the giant teeth of the sword-hunting tiger, it's a specialized weapon to hunt very large prey. Imagine a very large animal, such as an elephant. Although in fact, elephants don't have very thick skin or shells, but it's very well protected. The skin of the hose can still run up to 4 centimeters. And important organs. It's quite a distance away, compared to the surface of the skin itself. And even if a predator has a sharp jaw, very strong but a little short, decided to hunt an elephant, then their hunt, it can take a very long time. And it takes a lot of energy. And at the same time, it's quite high risk of failure. A predator with short teeth, though it can bite holes and elephants, but those wounds, it's simply not serious enough to kill the giant herbivore. That's why predators like lions, when hunting hoses, it takes a lot of time and effort. They can defeat the victim. Sometimes, the result is very low compared to the cost. But if a predator has giant fangs, the task of killing large prey will be much simpler. In this case, the most important thing is to fix the prey carefully, so as not to break the fangs. Then bite hard at the hazard. For example, the neck is where the trachea and the large blood vessels are. Leopards also often hunt relatively large prey, such as tropical Sambara deer, weighs 300 kilograms, or wild boars, weighs up to 150 kilos. But the most important task for the fangs of the tabloid, it's not about hunting too big. It's about quickly killing small and medium-sized prey. Because leopards primarily hunt in the trees, in places up to 20 meters above the ground. So the prerequisite to succeed in the hunt, you have to kill your prey quickly. If you prolong a fight in the trees, the leopard may not succeed, even lose your balance and fall to the ground. In addition to the prey that lives in the trees, they are usually not gentle. The diet of the tabloid, including some rather aggressive and sinister animals, such as many different species of monkeys, including baboons that weigh up to 10 kilograms, or Himalayan incense that weighs 6 kilos. It also attacks many small animals. Different, long fangs and healthy legs allows the leopard to quickly grab its prey, and immediately took a deadly deep bite on the back of the neck. They kill their prey in a short time. It also helps to ban, escape from a long struggle with prey. Newspapers can also open their mouths more than 90 degrees. It's much larger than all other modern cats. For the sword-hunting tigers of the past, even the corners of their mouths, it can go up to 120 degrees. Although in fact, newspaper is not a true representative of the saber-toothed tiger. It's extinct. But it has enormous potential to be able to evolve, to be great, as impressive predators in the past. Maybe, in a few million years, descendants of the leopard will increase in size significantly, get longer fangs, the feet are stronger, and they can become real saber-toothed tigers. Of course, newspapers only have such an opportunity if they're not completely destroyed by humans, due to deforestation and poaching. To get expensive leather, the number of these beautiful animals has dropped a lot. And by some estimates, there's only about 10,000 leopards left. It exists in nature. But fortunately, in recent years, many measures have been taken to protect and breed them, thanks to which the extinction of the leopard, they may not be as threatened as they are today. This big predatory fish, known, it's widely distributed in tropical oceans and subtropical. It's known as barracuda or barracuda. They're part of the Osteiophorophomus, with swordfish and lobster. Currently, there are 29 known species of barracudas. They're significantly different in size and appearance, but they're quite similar in their lifestyle. The largest of them is the big barb. Can be up to 2 meters long and weigh 50 kilograms. There are also unofficial rumors when some people claim, "I've seen the pupae. It's about 3 meters long and weighs over 100 kilograms. But the existence of these monsters has not been recorded in an official document. Like most other fish, they also reproduce by laying eggs. The reproduction of many species of barnfish, it's happening in coastal areas, from early spring to late autumn. Females of some species of pupa can give birth to 400,000 eggs in a season. They drop these eggs into the water, and the male will fertilize immediately. In many species, the young barnacles gather in large flocks, while the fish mature likes to live and hunt individually. Velvet is a fish that swims fast, but has no endurance. So, in some cases, they rely on a surprise attack to grab their prey. In a chase, they can go up to speed 60 kilometers per hour. After the prey is captured, 2 different types of teeth will start working. The large teeth will bite the prey, while the small teeth, it cuts meat like a door. Common victims of barracuda are marine fish. The barnacles completely recognize the sick fish. There are strange moves, and that's why they often attack the fish that get caught, or stick to the fisherman's net, because they can't swallow their prey. They're going to attack the big fish. It has a relatively good level of protection by tearing the victim apart. One of their special victims, the color of money. It's also a predatory fish, and it's well protected by many venomous fin spines. Precolored fish are not common prey of nymphs. But nymphs, it's one of the few predators, can eat a pre-adult colored fish. People still don't know. How does a mink eat money-colored fish without any obvious consequences being left behind? But there's one thing we can know. It seems that they're immune to the fish's venom. Apart from fish, salmon can also hunt many other marine animals, even the big ones, by tearing the victim's flesh out of the body. Sometimes they can also attack large seabirds, such as pelican. But they're not animals either. Too much emphasis on fresh meat. Sometimes they eat dead fish. Next to the shark, fish are one of the few species of fish. They can deliberately attack people, not just as a threat. They also see humans as prey. The attack of barnfish, it can cause serious injuries. You lose a lot of blood and even parts of your body. Some cases have been recorded of people died when they were attacked by barnfish. However, these things rarely happen. And in most cases, it's often caused by human provocation. And the danger of this animal, it doesn't just come from the living maggots. Size and aggressive behavior, it's what makes it a popular bridge fish. Outside of sports fishing, fish are also used as food, and their taste is reminiscent of tuna. However, eating barracuda can be extremely dangerous. In many countries where the mink is caught, to make it food, there's a special kind of disease that appears. It's called cigar disease. The symptoms of measles, They usually appear a few hours after eating fish. And that includes many different types of disorders, such as vomiting, headaches. Heart rate increases rapidly, and the inability to distinguish between hot and cold. In some special cases, these symptoms can last from a few weeks to a few years. And some serious cases, it can lead to death. But the barracuda itself is not poisonous. Type of Ciguatera toxin. It's made by tiny, single-celled organisms of class Dinerphis, living in tropical and subtropical oceans, on the coral surface, and create. These organisms go into the bodies of herbivorous fish and build up toxins in their bodies in exchange for predatory fish, such as barnfish that eat these kinds of prey, and continue the dynamic at much higher concentrations. Humans are resistant to this toxin, much worse than fish. So even a small part of the fish is poisoned. It can also lead to severe poisoning in humans. Toxin Cicuatida, odorless, tasteless. It can't be destroyed by cooking. So the only way to avoid poisoning is not eating fish that's potentially at risk of it, especially the predatory fish. And the meat of predatory fish always have heavy metal content, and other pollutants are quite high. So it's not recommended for consumption anyway. Even a predator as powerful as a barracuda, they're also susceptible to parasites. To clean them, barnfish visit special places in the ocean. It's called a cleaning station. These stations are home to cleaning fish. They'll happily eat all kinds of parasites, from the skin of any guest. It's all a barnfish needs to do. Open your mouth and stay calm. Then wait for the cleaners. Give them a comfortable body. They have excellent eyesight and keen hearing, along with incredible agility. When you look at the size, this is a bobcat, the strongest lynx. It's also the most dangerous in the world. The length of a bobcat. It can go up to 140 centimeters, and it weighs 45 kilos. It's about the size of a small leopard. Their range is quite wide. It covers almost the whole of Asia, mainly in the mountains and in the north. Thanks to your strong muscles, the lynx can jump up to 5 meters and jump 3 meters high. Impressive set of claws, with nails up to 5 centimeters long, allow the lynx to hang from a tall tree without any obstacles. Thanks to wide feet, that lynx can walk in the snow without sinking down there. They like to hunt in the dark, but it can also search for prey during the day, especially in the winter. Its teeth are 3 centimeters long. It's also extremely solid. This allows the lynx to kill some fairly large prey. Cats can also hunt smaller species of predators. For example, fox. When attacking the lynx, trying to grab the victim's neck with his claws, with the help of industry, they quickly break the spine, or strangling the victim to death. The kittens can live with their mother up to a year to form a real flock. and this can increase the efficiency of hunting. Wild rabbits are their common prey. They can also hunt birds, rodents, and even poisonous cassava. But the lynx's main prey are different species of ungulates. It could be the little star deer, weighs 40 kilograms, as well as the great deer, and even the moose, weighs more than 200 kilograms. In the Himalayan mountains, LYNX often hunts ibex mountain goats. They can weigh up to 100 kilograms. Sometimes up pantyhose. They can also attack animals in the home, such as dogs and cats. The lynx's greatest natural enemy may be a brown bear. This animal frequently stealing the lynx's prey, and so do the grey wolves. However, this species also rarely attacks lynx. Maturi. When it's mating season, the cat starts looking for a mate. Children build themselves a safe haven and give birth to 2 to 5 pups. After about 2 months, the kids start to leave the line and explore the world around us. About 5 months old, the cat started hunting with her mother and live with its mother until the next mating season. To the early 20th century, the cat was completely destroyed in most Western and Central European countries. Fortunately, the lynx populations are large, has survived in the north and the east, Russian and Central Asian. At the end of the 20th century, the lynx has been replicated again in many countries in Europe after nearly 100 years of absence. Now, their numbers are slowly recovering. In addition, the lynx is easy to tame. They're often kept as pets in the home. This snake breaks down many human stereotypes. It's about a reptile, where it likes to live, not on the ground. It's the rakes. It has a very strong sense of smell. It's always in a situation where it needs to go for bait, because the prey will be digested very quickly by it. It can jump and even fly. This one takes you to explore the life of flying snakes. There are currently 5 known species of flying snakes. They're pretty similar in lifestyle, and there's a difference in color and size. The smallest flying snake does not exceed its length, 60 centimeters, while the largest snake, it can reach a length of 5 meters. Flying snakes popular in Southeast Asia, as well as India and China. They have a daytime lifestyle, and almost all the time on the high treetops to search for food. The way this snake flies is somewhat passive, and it looks like a slower fall. However, in the jungles of Asia, this method of movement is very beneficial. It allows snakes to move between tall trees with minimal energy and time. All a snake has to do is find a suitable tree, check around and take off. Next is a jump. The snake now extends its flank. The abdomen and the body becomes extremely flat. This body shape helps increase the drag of the air and slow down the falling process. And the snake is bending in a special way so that the flight becomes stable. and it literally floats through the air. They can go up to speed 50 kilometers per hour and over 100 meters in one flight. The flying ability of snakes is not only used to move, it can also be used for hunting. The main prey of flying snakes are lizards. Its bite is poisonous and has a paralyzing effect on the prey. When an unlucky gecko gets caught, they're quickly paralyzed by the poison. Then the snake will devour the victim. But if the prey is nearly as big as the hunter, the struggle may take a long time. Sometimes the victim will have strong resistance, but the snake almost always wins, thanks to its poison. Even if the enemy is a lizard through a cow, the snake can still subdue it. But some lizards aren't easy to catch, even if the snake can fly. Pterosaurs also live in trees. It eats insects and has wide skin folds on the sides. Thanks to this veil, pterosaurs can fly from tree to tree with a distance of up to 60 meters. This helps protect it from most predators in a perfect way. But even the ability to fly, it's not always possible to save it, especially when the lizard's enemies. It's also a flying species. Outside the lizard, snakes fly often, hunting amphibians like frogs. Thanks to its incredible agility and instant response. Flying snake, you can also catch birds flying. And sometimes there are bats. Flying snakes have almost no natural enemies on trees. However, when on the ground, sometimes it's also attacked by the larger reptiles or predatory mammals. Although in some cases, my interest in snakes is simply out of curiosity. For humans, the venom of flying snakes is not dangerous, even though its bite is quite painful. Flying snakes have also adapted well to life next to humans. And although sometimes the reality, their meat is also used as food, but the population of this species is still quite large, and there's no risk of affecting the species. Camel spiders of the class Arachnida, and can be found on every continent except Australia and Antarctica. Currently, there's about 1,000 known species of camel spiders. Most of them are found in scorching deserts. It depends on the species. Body length of camel spiders can range from 4 millimeters to 7 centimeters. Most camel spiders have only one pair of eyes. And it's also quite complicated. However, their most important sense is touch. The mouth of the camel spider, it's made up of a part called coelocere. It looks like an alkali. It's used to catch and crush prey. With the support of jelly series, camel spiders moisten their prey with digestive enzymes that lead to parts of the prey. It's liquefied and absorbed by the spider through its mouth. Camel spiders are extremely voracious predators. They eat a lot of different insects. No predator, including the legs. It looks very scary. They're covered in long, sensitive hairs. It's a sense of the environment. Outside, they have special organs on the top of their feet. like a sucker, and allow camel spiders. They catch their prey very quickly. For example, grasshoppers. Thanks to the ingenious chi and lightning-fast reaction times, camel spider can attack colonies of ants and termites alone, and then eat them in large quantities. The scorpion is a very dangerous opponent. It just takes a precise shot that can kill a camel spider. But the spider is also very intelligent. It's not going to attack the scorpion from the front, trying to get around and try to grab the scorpion's tail. When camel spiders succeed, strong salicylic parts will neutralize the scorpion's venomous thigh, and the hunter becomes prey to the camel spider. The spiders are smaller in size, and even spiders with powerful venom, like a black spider, there is almost no chance of winning in a fight with camel spiders. Camel spiders themselves don't produce venom. It's based on pure agility and strength. When fighting prey, camel spiders are very aggressive and often attack large prey not inferior to them, including vertebrate species. For example, lizards. The spider can easily biting through the thick skin of the ill-fated lizard, and even crushed small bones. Species of large camel spiders, capable of killing even small mammals, like Yamauzi. And we even hunted birds. I chose the wrong place to rest. Some species have a very fast reaction rate and strong legs. It's even catching flying prey. Most camel spiders are nocturnal and digging caves as shelters. When digging, they use their healthy limbs to get the rocks out. Length of a cave when completed. It can be up to 30 cubic meters. Camel spiders have the most efficient respiratory system of the spiders, allowing them to have a very active lifestyle. Some camel spiders can move at very high speed, 16 kilometers per hour. This makes them become land-based invertebrates, has the most hidden speed. In the hind legs of this spider, there's a special organ. Little research is called. They're used for contact. They're also sensitive to certain chemicals. And this is quite important in case they're looking for a mate. After finding a female, he's been using salicy to open up his genitals. And then you made a sperm cell and put it into their bodies. After a while, the female digs a burrow and lays her eggs there. In some species, the female will protect the eggs until they hatch. Baby camel spiders quickly become independent and start hunting for prey that's the right size. Despite its reputation as dangerous, but camel spiders, it does not pose a serious threat to humans. They rarely attack first. But when someone carelessly touches, this spider will react violently. Despite the fact that camel spiders don't have venom, but the sharp chelicerae of large species, it is easy to bite through the skin and can even infect wounds. In the wild, peanut spider momentum is often attracted to man-made shade. This can be misleading, is that they're acting maliciously with aggressive behavior. Most species of camel spiders live in places not under significant human impact, so their numbers are still quite high. And if you like this video, please leave your comments in the comments section.